And we're live!
Yay!
Technology!
Welcome to the OBT show. I'm Brendan,
I'm Chris.
and it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Well, here's the
been a little
thing.
while.
It's been a while, but you know what? We are livers of life, and sometimes life happens, like when I forget.
Or when I forget.
We like no. Let me explain. We summertime sucks in many ways because it's tough to get us both on a schedule. I think that's consistent because I went on vacation and then I got sick and then you were out and about in New York City. I'm
Yeah,
just making that up. I don't know what you were doing shit.
I was being cool.
You were being cool in the city, man. You're a city guy now. City guy, Chris. City guy. But we're back now, and I think like theme of tonight, it's all about the catch up. It's
Hold
all
on.
about the catch up. You are so dark.
Costume change.
You're so dark on the screen right now.
I know, it's just because the light's behind me. We'll figure wait, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on. Ew.
Yeah. I still look creepy, like I'm broadcasting from a bunker.
That's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So let's just get into it. Big thing that we missed that we want to catch up on, Comic Con. Happened in San Diego, happened about a week ago, right?
Uh,
2 weeks
2
ago?
weeks ago.
Well, again, we digest the news here, and then we go full steam ahead.
Really absorb everything that.
We really like to contemplate it. We journal about it. We think about it. We sleep on it, and then we get to it. What's your face looking at?
Live journal?
I live. Do you live journal? Did you ever have a live journal?
I have a live journal. I think
Did
everyone.
you really? What's the website? Let's all look at it right now.
Oh, I deleted it.
You've archived it. I know you. You
No,
archived
I
it.
deleted everything off of that.
You archived it for show.
All right, Comic Con.
All right, Comic Con. What was your highlight?
Um, the the little trailer that they showed for Batman versus Superman for
Yeah.
Dawn of Justice. It leaked online, and it was very much reminiscent of Dark Knight Returns. It was very like glowy eye Batman and super
That's
red
weird.
evil eye Superman. So I
Uh,
liked it.
you liked it? So, well, that sounds tepid. Did you like it or did you not like it?
Oh, I liked it. I really liked it.
I was indifferent. I don't think I was swayed one way or another. I think I was a little disappointed that it wasn't all of the Justice League. I thought that would have been cool. But we got the big three. We got the Trinity, the holy Trinity of DC, with Gal Gadot coming out as Wonder Woman, who absolutely got destroyed on the internet by her costume. What did you think of her costume?
Xena much?
Yeah, it's Xena. It's Xena.
Not Cena, but Xena.
Xena. John Cena sucks. I don't know. I didn't. I was underwhelmed. I don't know, man. Like I had no opinion. And normally when I get excited about something geeky, I'll text you, be like, "Hey, man, did you see this?" Or you send me stuff. We didn't really send each other anything about this. We were just like,
We
it
had to talk
happened.
about it. Yeah, we were
We
like,
wanted to talk about it, but we didn't really care. And I don't know. I just think I don't care.
well, I mean, I think there's enough based on the little amount that we have seen about it because they really haven't filmed all that much.
Right.
So for what they have, then we got a little bit, even though we weren't supposed to see it and it leaked online. I love fans that do that shit.
I think it's cool.
We don't have the money to go to San Diego,
No.
anytime we want to.
I liked the set footage of Ben Affleck. Did you see
Oh.
that footage?
Oh,
No,
that
it
made
looked
me
bad.
really nervous.
He looked winded, and he had tennis shoes on.
He looked like something. I'll tell you that.
He had tennis shoes on, and he looked winded, and he looked old. And I know that that's the gimmick behind this Batman in this particular film. He's a grizzled Batman in his 40s, and they've been around for 30 years. Zack Snyder admitted. A 30 years as Batman is quite a lot of time left.
That's an old Batman.
That's an old Batman. That is, and more of a brawler type Batman. And I guess you're going to see maybe more technology. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how they're going to spin this.
Well, I think so because the bat suit looked like very the one that where he goes to fight Superman.
Yeah.
It looked very very high tech.
Yes, it looked bad. Now, maybe can I offer a theory?
Theory?
Yes.
Theory time.
Theory time. Do you think that the person who creates that suit with Wayne Industries is none other than Lex Luthor?
No,
Why not?
because I don't have any good reason.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
I don't think they're gonna
I
go.
think they're gonna do that. I
Uh,
bet you they do that. I
but
bet you he's a
why?
nerdy. Look, you know it. You know deep in your heart that that's a possibility because it's Zack Snyder.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I hope not.
I'm willing to bet they're gonna pull a Batman Forever where Jim
No,
Carrey Riddler was an employee of Wayne Industries.
no,
I bet you have a different take on it, and you have Lex Luthor as an employee of Wayne Tech who
no,
creates the suit. Yeah,
no.
yep. You accept it, Chris. It is your fate.
By the way, I finally got the camera to work properly, so when you're talking and I'm talking, it's changing the way it's supposed to.
Oh, was it on you for quite some time?
No, it was going back and forth, so I was just that's why I'm looking up because I'm like, it's working, it's working.
Someday we'll get this right. Um, so that was a big thing. Another one big thing from Comic Con. What else was on your plate from that? I'm trying to remember back Comic Con land.
Well, they didn't do a whole lot of movie announcements for Marvel, but
No,
um, they did bring out the cast of
Avengers 2.
Age of Ultron. They did this really I don't know. Marvel just seems to be like really in tune with like what fans want. They did this unique poster release that was two posters a day, and each poster had a different character from the movie, and it was them in a swarm sea of
Yeah.
Ultron bots, and you're talking like you had I don't know what was your personal favorite out of them. I really liked the Hulk one. I thought the Hulk one was awesome, and I liked the one that had Vision in the background, kind of like
That
creeping
one
up.
was cool. I liked the Captain America one because I'm a Captain America mark.
Yeah, no, it was good. It just it was that touch that was needed for
Yep.
the movie. Like you didn't I didn't need to see footage. That was good enough for me.
Well,
Uh,
they did show footage, right?
um, if they yeah, I think so, but it was camera on, camera off.
Yeah, it was very brief. It was, I think they were all at a party scene, or is that what was shown? And everybody tries to pick up Mjolnir, the hammer, Melanchor, whatever the hell it is. Melancholy in the infinite sense.
Get Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Meow meow. And no one can do it, and then all of a sudden Ultron attacks. Ultron attacks everybody, and then that was the end. So it was like very brief, but it was kind of a cool little. This is what's happening in Marvel Land. I liked it.
We got to see Paul Rudd at Comic Con for
Yeah, he was there.
that was pretty cool. Michael Douglas was there. They were nerding out while everyone else was nerding out. That's what you like to see. Oh, who plays Hulk?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Thank you.
Yeah.
Spazzing there for a second. He was walking behind Paul Rudd while they were doing like the red carpet interviews.
Oh yeah, and he goes.
Over him. He's like, I know that guy.
That was funny. I like that a lot too. I like that a lot.
It seems like they got a good cohesion going on at Marvel.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, then DC just kind of like, here's the three, and they didn't talk. They had Snyder talk the whole time. Ben Affleck didn't speak once.
They showed up, smiled, and then they went, all right, well, we're going back to filming. We don't want to use their voices because it might damage the quality of the film.
You are supplying an out for Zack Snyder. How dare you? How dare you undermine the integrity of this show with your nonsense?
Yeah, but I mean, it seems legit.
I don't think so. Was that the honest reason that they presented?
No. I'm just saying for Zack Snyder, that reason.
Oh
would seem
yeah,
like a legit.
but I thought that was dumb. Like everybody just goes,
Yeah, and
and then it
walks.
goes away. That was dumb. Where Robert Downey Jr. brought out a briefcase of flowers and threw them at people, and then blew kisses. See that?
Yeah, that's appealing
That
to
was
the
awesome.
audience. But I mean, DC did confirm that they're going to have a large lineup of movies coming out. Um, I think there's like 8 films or 7 films that are slotted over the next few years. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of films, and DC
Yeah.
I think has 7 or 8
So,
confirmed.
yeah. So I mean that's something. At least we know they're trying to get their shit together, which is good because I think the fans really deserve it. Um, you know, Batman fans alike. We want more Batman films.
We want more. But I don't want crappy Batman. I would like to go back to an early Batman. That would be fun. We kind of skipped over early Batman movies and gone right to he is full-fledged Batman. But a year one Batman would be pretty awesome.
Robin, get my exploding shark repellent.
My God, Robin, get me my bat shark repellent. The best scene ever in Batman 1960 movie when he can't get rid of a bomb. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. And he's running around. That's the best. Watch it on YouTube after the show.
Oh.
Wink. Oh. The only other thing I want to mention from Comic-Con, just because we did advertise on a View Askew or a Smodcast production, if you will, Kevin Smith debuted the Tusk trailer. Did you see that?
No.
I've made it very clear in this show I don't like horror movies at all, and Kevin Smith is now making horror films.
Tusk.
Tusk.
Test, and I was like, wait, what's that? I don't know.
No, you saw the Tusk.
Yeah, it looks creepy.
It looks really creepy, right? It's weird, and I really like the marketing behind it because he said, he was very happy because I listened to the podcast that he did at Hall H because he recorded it was called The Musk of Tusk, which I thought was funny.
Nice.
And that was nice.
Pleasant Musk, I'm assuming.
No. And he said that he loved the trailer. It was gross because it only showed 20% of what actually happens, and it doesn't give away what the actual transformation is. And he was like, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, we do turn him into a walrus.
That's...
And he goes, it's going to haunt you for weeks.
Disturbing.
He said, because it haunted me. He goes, I wrote it, and it haunted me. So I don't know if I'm going to see it in theaters because I might be too scared, but I want to watch it when it's on video on demand.
I think that's one of those we're going to have to meet in the city, meet halfway, and watch it together and cry.
I could do that.
And cry.
I could do that. Because of the part where Michael Parks starts screaming back at Justin Long when he's screaming is terrifying.
Yeah, that was terrifying. Yeah.
And he goes, would you ever do that to someone? Just start screaming at them if they are talking and yelling at you?
I would like to live in a world where I don't have to have that scenario happen.
Well, let's try that. Let's try that right now. You are mad at me, and I'm just going to start yelling, and I want to see what you do. So you're mad at me. I ate all the cookies last night in our fake apartment, and you wanted a cookie. Scene. Okay. Go. No. You're. No, you talk to me. I'm going to yell at you.
I'm going to talk to you?
Yeah, I'm going to yell at you, and then I want you to react to that yelling. No, don't yell at me. Why would I even tell you what your background was if I wanted you to yell?
You rat! You ate my cookies! Ooh.
You just start laughing. That's not nice. What have I been saying?
I don't have much laughter composure. It just happens.
Try it again. All right. This is this last time. Then we'll move on. The new scenario is that you hit my car and you're explaining it to me for the first time.
Okay.
Go.
You just hit my car. I think I have a noise here. That noise just really.
So, for those of you that want to win an argument with Chris, just start making noises at him. Composure. All right, so there's a Gamescom going on in Germany, right? It's all the way in Germany.
It's in Germany.
Guten Tag. Have games, and there's some news out of that. I know PlayStation 4 announced that there's 10 million. Was that the number they were touting?
Yeah, 10 million total PS4 sold, which is pretty big.
That's huge.
That's huge. I mean, if you think about it, there's like over 40 million Xbox and PS3 owners, or Xbox 360 and PS3. So you got 10 million PS4, and it's in its first year. Big. That is
awesome.
Huge sales numbers. Microsoft scored a big exclusive. It's a timed exclusive, but it's still pretty big. They're getting Tomb Raider, the sequel. It's coming out on Xbox One first, and then I think afterwards it'll be out on other systems.
And
was there anything? At Gamescom, they made it sound like it was an Xbox exclusive, only.
Yeah,
But then the
it's
president
not.
was just like, yeah, we didn't buy the franchise, so it's a timed exclusive. Whoever
Okay,
made the announcement just said it wrong.
that's awesome. I like when they mess up. I didn't see anything else. I was on IGN before we started hanging out. I didn't see anything else that was going on.
I
That
can
was of
tell you
note.
something that happened.
Tell me something that happened.
I'm gonna tell you about a little demo.
Yes, you
Uh,
mentioned a little bit before we started recording.
this is
That
I'm gonna
sounds
say
terrifying.
spoiler alert early because there's some
Spoiler.
spoiler.
Okay.
Um, I downloaded PT, a demo that Sony was talking about. It was a horror game, and I was like, okay, cool. I saw it earlier in the day. It got announced. They said run out and download it. So I was like, okay. Got home from work and set it to download. Figured, you know what? I got an hour before I go to bed. Let me give it a shot. This is when Chris's decision-making process starts making it downhill, very, very downhill fast. You start off when you play the demo laying on the ground. You get up, you walk through a doorway, and then there's like a house hallway. There's a hallway that turns over to the right,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the hallway, there's another door that's open. So you walk, you hear a radio. On the radio, they're talking about a family that was brutally murdered by some guy. You're like, all right, great start, awesome. Then you walk through the door at the end of the hallway. It sets you all the way back. It's a complete loop. It brings you back to that first door that you walked through. So then you walk down the hallway again, except now there's cobwebs on stuff, and everything's a little bit disheveled, and you hear crying in the
Oh,
bathroom.
that's weird. I would already turn it off.
And then you walk through the door again, and then it loops you back around again. Now, it's already freaky enough that you're only in a hallway, very confined space. You get claustrophobic. Uh, when there's crying involved behind closed doors that you can't open,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's when I knew that this was going to be a bad experience for me. Um, and it just continued to progressively get scarier and worse. Lights changing. At one point, there's a refrigerator that's roped up and hanging from the ceiling that's just bouncing around, and you can hear crying coming from inside of it.
Well, I don't know. I would turn it off.
Yeah, and then there's a point where the hallway becomes infinite, like the hallway never ends. It just goes zigzagged, where you walk forward, you make it the right, and then you can keep walking forward and make a left, but it's just a reverse, and it just keeps going until you figure out the puzzle. But I didn't know what the puzzle was, so it took me about like 20 minutes of walking through this scary hallway where the picture frames are now eyeballs, or now show like moving eyeballs and mouths that are moving a lot and stuff.
How are the graphics on it though? Is it realistic?
Amazing. The graphics were
Wow.
amazing, and it made it worse because I'm sitting about right here in front of my TV.
Yeah.
40 inches is a nice size. It's like a window of
Oh,
HD.
that's terrifying.
Get out of here. But it turns out that it was a playable teaser. That's what PT stand for the new Silent Hill game that is being made by Hideo Kojima of Metal Gear Solid fame.
Well, yeah,
And
he has a quote, and actually, I just pulled it up while you were talking. He wants that Kojima wants Silent Hill to make you shit your pants.
oh, I was gonna say it was Silent Hill. I didn't say it yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spoiler.
Spoiler. Well, it's Silent Hill.
That's
And
pretty cool though.
Guillermo del Toro is working with the game, so you've got one of the best, thematic video game directors and one of the best scary movie scene directors in that's around now. And Norman Reedus is playing the lead.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like once you got to the end of the thing, it showed all of this stuff, and then it was like Silent Hill. I was like, oh fuck this shit, I'm out. I turned it off. I deleted it off of my PlayStation, never touching it again. Thank you. Thanks for the experience. Sony.
Will you play the game though when it comes out?
Probably not.
Yeah. Will you watch?
Absolutely horrifying. I'll probably watch someone else play it and get just as scared.
That's what I was gonna say. I would watch the YouTube like the last 2 minute ending and just be like, "What happened?" And they'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm terrified," and turn it off.
Yeah, no, I sent the link to a couple friends, and everyone was like, why am I watching? I'm not watching this. It's not happening.
That's terrifying.
I knew it wasn't something that you would watch, so I was like, I'm going to
No, thank you.
spare him even the clickbait. Like, oh, what's this? Let me click up.
No, I don't want to watch any of that. No, you know me. You know that if I want to be scared, I'll just walk around in the dark. That's going to be enough to make me terrified.
That's good enough.
I don't need anything else to institute it. Uh, was there anything else from Gamescom? Gamescom before we move on?
It was mostly like a lot of update announcements for both systems, or saying like we're gonna add
Yeah.
new media features and make things better for the player. So that's cool. They're the one thing that you want when you're spending $15 a month on or what was it, $10 a month on online service. That
Yep.
hopefully something's gonna keep getting rebooted, so it's
Yep.
being worked on. Yay.
Yay! We both saw Guardians of the Galaxy, correct?
Yes.
I loved it.
Loved it.
Here's where I'm going to make a bold statement. Ready for my bold statement?
Waiting.
Better than the Avengers.
It was.
Yep.
It was.
Done.
It's the best of the movies that they've made so far.
Yes! I loved it. It was so fun.
Do that dance again? Oh, it didn't. You got to say something so that the camera.
It was so much fun!
Yeah, it did not fail in any aspects. It was funny. It had action. It had drama. It had romance. It had what else?
Well, the thing was the actors were excellent, and it was the best ensemble that they put together. It didn't feel forced. Avengers at times felt forced because you had these big name players, you had big name actors that were jumping in on the ship, and it felt like they kind of had to really work hard to build a little bit of chemistry sometimes. I never felt that way the entire time I was watching this. I felt like everybody hit their mark and did their job perfectly, from John C. Reilly on up to Chris Pratt, who delivered a phenomenal performance.
Just amazing.
That ending with any other character and movie, I'm going to throw out a spoiler alert.
No, wait. What are you spoiling?
The ending.
Okay.
Well, come on, it's been out for a while. If you haven't seen it,
It's been over 2 weeks.
deal with it. I'll be very coy with it. The musical ending was hysterical,
Yes.
and it made sense for that film, but done any other way with any other group, I don't think I would have bought it, and I would have said this is BS.
I think they did the entire movie just to build up the believability of that last scene.
Yes,
And it was they sold it.
they sold it.
Yeah, couldn't have. I'd pay to see it again. That's how good it was. It felt like we were in the '70s. Star Wars just came out, and
Yeah.
we need to watch it 5 times because it was that good.
And it does a great job of not, and it didn't feel like they had to crowbar in or shoehorn in any Marvel universe building. It just was, you could build it, you could accept it as is. You didn't need a cameo from Tony Stark. You didn't need a cameo of, an Ultron head being built to make the movie awesome. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's some movies, like Thor 2, I liked, but I felt people more remember it for the ending of the Collector than what the actual content was. At least that's how I feel. I don't really remember everything that happened in Thor 2, but I remember Benicio del Toro popping up and being excited about Guardians.
That was at the end in the credits. But I mean, Thor 2 was its own standalone story, and then that you scene at the end was what brought it into
Right.
the overall universe.
Right.
This one had the overall universe already built in. Once you say that Thanos is, in the background lurking, and you get to see him for the first time. Awesome. He looked
That
great.
was cool. I would have liked to have him get off his ass once. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that since they really wanted this to be a standalone film, they didn't want it to be such a focus on him, and they did the right amount. They're just enough to give you there's your connection to the rest of everything else that's going on. In the beginning of the movie, they went a little fast, where they were doing a lot of name dropping and a lot of the places dropping. And I was looking around, and I was like, 98% of the people here probably are confused as shit because there's a lot of information really quickly.
But I think, again, you're right, though. I mean, it's perfect. It just works out perfectly, and it was awesome, even down to the ending with the little dancing thing. I won't mention what it was, but there's a little dance at the end. That made me laugh and go, "Whoa!"
No. When when a movie makes a group full of nerds just go,
I
oh,
was like, that's
that's a
funny.
good movie.
Maybe we'll wait till next week, but somebody actually made that online.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, and I wish I had more money.
Now, I think I might try to make it.
Just make it yourself.
Yeah, it seems somewhat uncomplicated if you have the right material.
Well,
Challenge accepted.
look at
Me.
you do it DIY, Brendan.
DIY nerd stuff. That'd be a good show. Do-it-yourself nerdy stuff. Like cosplay shit. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll develop it.
Talk about it. We'll work on it.
Uh, so yeah, Guardians. What else happened, man? I feel like we had a lot to talk about. But maybe we covered most of it. I had like one other thing that's not really related.
We went over a lot of stuff from the past couple weeks in a very short amount of time, but we got the important things out of those.
I want to mention that I was an extra on the set of Girls,
I
HBO
saw that.
Girls.
I saw you on the picture.
Yeah, it was cool.
Are you? Can we get a link of a picture of your face?
Wait, that was terrifying. I made a really terrifying face. Yeah, I can throw that your way.
We might need to include that.
Well, let me back up to the beginning. Where I work, where you used to work, was contacted to be girls filming. They needed extras, so I got to pretend like I was a northwestern Iowa student for the day. It was a lot of like be quiet and sit, or pretend to have a conversation, and it was funny. It was like everybody was really cool. The director that was Lena Dunham, the lead actress of the show, but she had a cinematographer who was really funny. At one point, literally while we're filming, he's smoking a cigarette, and we're on the quad, and he starts going, "All right, kids, the bell's ringing. All right, some of you start running. All right, there you go. The bell's ringing. You're late for class. All right, and cut. Go back." So it was just very funny. Like it was very a taste of Hollywood, if you will, like all the magic and the somewhat not so glamorous stuff of extras, where really that stuff that they shot was all filter and or transition footage. So it's going to probably be about 45 seconds, 60 seconds worth of stuff that they spent a whole day on. But it was fun. It was a cool experience. It was a really cool experience.
That's 45 seconds that you can chunk out of your 50 minutes of fame. So you haven't.
I'll take it.
It's not over yet.
I'll take
this
it.
guy's still a limit.
I'm going to take it. And to wrap it to the beginning of what Chris was making fun of me for, is at the end, Lena Dunham came over and was like, took a picture with some people, and I happened to be lucky to be part of that group. And we took a normal picture, and then she goes, "Let's do crazy faces." And I took that literally. Like, I should literally, maybe I could recreate it now. We'll still post a picture because it's still funny, because my hair was all flattened even more longer than it is now. And I just went like,
Yep.
and I looked at the photo later, and everyone's going like, and I'm like,
And you're like,
I look like I'm a murderer. So I'll send both to you. So I played a little prank on Chris because I was on the Photoshop and I was being funny and making myself laugh. And you got somebody, I could tell you were mad.
Yep.
I wrote, "Hey man, they cast the Joker in Gotham. Do you want to see?" And you're like, "Oh, I didn't see anything. Let me send it." I dolled up myself like the Joker via Photoshop. And I'm going to toot my own horn here and say I look really good like the Joker.
No,
I did a good Joker, and it's.
I was impressed with your Photoshop ability.
But let's be real. What really sells it, the eyes and the face and the teeth. Without that, it's just a dude that just put Photoshop white and red and green in his hair. But with that face,
include that on our page.
But with that face though, that's what sells it, man.
We'll include it on our OBT show page at www.facebook.com/theOBT show.
And you can follow us on the at the OBT show on Twitter. Not many people do, but we're there. It's a good time. Chris, is that all we got?
Yeah, I think that's we did all of the things.
Chris, what did you learn today?
I think it's just I'm still learning with the pain from fear that I experienced yesterday is still going through me today, and thinking about the game that I played yesterday gives me goosebumps. So I learned that I I'm a big wiener.
You are a big winner.
What did you learn today, Brendan?
I'm sorry, could you say that one more time?
What did you learn today? Oh, God. Ah!
I'm Brendan. I learned that you get creeped out by when I yell.
And I'm Chris, and I'm meh.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love you.